I am April Kiser-Edwards with the Virginia Department of Education. So let's just conversate regarding the SISEP 2023 Active States Forum poster designed to share our Virginia story with the overarching theme of keep calm and show me the data. So this visual represents the tangled tale of braiding initiatives at the state agency to develop a sustainable system for implementation and impact to address the research to practice gap and support desired outcomes for students across the Commonwealth. So once upon a time, there were 5 offices with the teams in the Virginia Department of Education who gathered to align initiatives to address the focus area of literacy for students in grades 3 through 5. The team's overall goal is to improve literacy outcomes across the Commonwealth with partnerships that allow us to recognize the importance of cross-agency collaboration to include the leading members of the Virginia Literacy Act legislation and the state implementation and scaling up of evidence-based practices, SISEP, that National Technical Assistance Center funded by OSIP. So our work is based in partnerships to truly braid and intertwine initiatives, and it will help us serve in establishing state, regional, and division capacity for providing that science-based literacy content and developing a foundation for establishing that sustainable, high-fidelity implementation of effective literacy practice. So the braid of 3 initiatives, the SISEP, the VLA, cross-agency collaboration focus, we are demonstrating here our progress of that research to practice gap with implementation science following the active implementation framework elements, specifically the stage-based approach, the exploration and the installation stage. Now, the exploration phase is a critical space for us right now because we really need to ensure that we have identified, determined the need, assess the fit and feasibility. We've identified structural and functional changes, and really creating that readiness for implementation, and then make recommendations and form our implementation teams. So the Virginia team utilizes these elements of the active implementation framework, and we have assessed readiness as our team completed 2 state capacity assessments and selected actions in our Virginia action plan to complete, in an effort to achieve the goals that was based on these findings. Now, there are 3 graphs demonstrating the progress made by the team through phases, and this progress is not linear because some of these strategies overlap and they are being addressed simultaneously. So if you look over at the mirror in reflection, we would like to highlight 3 accomplishments achieved by the VDOE teams. First is teaming. An action step was to build teams with the critical perspectives present. Our executive sponsors are extremely supportive of the work. We have our state management team and our state implementation team that represents 5 offices at the VDOE, and then also external partners. Second is the focus on communication. And this is a continued work in progress in respect to building protocols to support the work. And we are continuing to broker investment to achieve our goals with the essential focus of literacy. And it's really important. We noted that we needed to include that lead from the VLA work at the agency to ensure alignment, which is our third highlight. Our alignment across the agency as to not duplicate efforts and really be transparent with our stakeholders. So in moving forward with future brushstrokes, the teams continue to include the needed perspectives, to include a work group who will build out the practice profile, then also building a data platform to support data decision-making systems, and then create actions to address an item identified from our state capacity assessment, and then also designate our region, division, and school, basically our transformation zone with that, those implementation teams, the RIT, the DIT, and the VIT. So overall, we are continuing to build our state capacity to capitalize every opportunity with the intention to develop and institutionalize the implementation infrastructure needed to support the full and effective use of innovations, namely our literacy practices that are grounded in evidence-based literacy instruction, and science-based reading research. Thank you so much.